Hi, my name is Angie. I love golf. I love playing golf. I love watching golf. I love marshalling at golf tournaments. But I'm also a personal trainer. And I know well the connection between being the best physically fit we can be and the correlation between that and how we perform, how we score. So today, thank you for joining me as we learn some stability, mobility, and core strength drills that should hopefully help you score better. So the first thing, I really like the half foam roller as far as stability. Now this one is nasty. It's been used a lot, but it's a half foam roller. So you see it's got one side completely flat and the other half semicircle. So what you can do is, again, starting with your balance, just standing on the middle of it. Now I've got on very low profile golf shoes, but standing on it and trying to get what we call quiet feet. So trying not to move too far forward or too far back. And this is the easier side. So go for about 30 seconds when your feet are completely level. That would be kind of the goal. The next level up is going to be with the semicircular side down. So as we stand on it, go about shoulder width, hold your abdominals in and try not to rock back and forth out of control. It's hard. So abdominals in, shoulders back, and then you kind of find that middle ground and just try to hold it. When you get better at this and you can hold it 15, 20 seconds, then you can also try single foot. I'm not super awesome, I try it, but my right side is my bad side. So single foot is just that. Single foot hold 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Trying the other foot. It's also great for ankle mobility too. You can always hold on to something, a railing. I'm outside on the deck. Holding onto a railing is also really optimal. Another thing is that as you are getting better with this, take kind of a wide stance, maybe a little bit wider than what you'd use for your golf stance. Cross the hands across the shoulders and give me a minor squat as if you'd set up for your swing. From here, you're going to actually mimic the wind up of your swing. So we're going to rotate the shoulders one way and then the other. So trying again to keep those feet quiet and level as you're practicing your balance. So this is a great drill just to get, again, your balance going. Now, to add balance and mobility, follow me down here. Taking this out in the yard where we have room. Excellent. So this is one of my son-in-laws, Marcus, and he's got what's called the Orange Whip Golf Swing Trainer. So it's very mobile, obviously. It's got a weighted ball at the end, and this is a full swing. They come in full swing, mid swing, and like a shorter stature length one. This is to help with mobility. You whip this as you swing, starting with small swing, going to bigger circumference, bigger swing. And the momentum and the weight, again, helps your mobility, helps to better that rotation range of motion that you've got. But with the half foam roller, you can use it balancing in the middle. And he's a lefty, so as he swings, he's going to start small, focusing on the weight shift, left to right, right to left, and then the shoulder turn. So again, you're adding mobility element, balance element together. And the more you can control this, the more you can perform better and control your body movements better on the golf course. Thank you, Marcus. All right, let's move on. Other drills that are really helpful are those that you can do inside or outside. One of those is just a plank. I'm going to show you some different progressions for planks. Planks, it's not how long you hold a plank. It's actually the precision of the plank and your body contractions through it and how you set yourself up. We'll start from a knee plank. In the knee plank, or a box plank actually, this is just a tabletop position. This is okay if you are at a level where you've had some back issues. Start here And instead of going down any further into a plank, you can just try what's called a simple bird dog. One foot goes out, shoulders are square, abdominals in, and the opposite arm reaches out front. And you hold that for a few seconds and then change it. A knee plank progression from there would be walking the hands out so that the knees, from the knees to the shoulders, is a straight line. When you do a plank, regardless if it's a knee plank or a full plank or an elbow plank from the knees or a full plank with an elbow forearm position, key elements. One of the key elements is keeping space between your shoulder and your ear. Keep that space. Second element is bracing your abdominals, like I'm going to come up and undercut you, I'm going to punch you hard. So brace for that blow. Third thing is glutes need to be tight. Like if you had a quarter, you're causing George Washington to tap out, like really tight. The last thing that most people don't get, but is only applicable if you're going that full length plank, is if you're going full length, either from elbow or forearm plank or full hand plank, you want to push outside, your feet outside of your shoes. If you had a 9x13 piece of paper underneath your feet and it's perforated down the middle, you want to feel like you're trying to rip that paper laterally. What that does is it engages your hips. It makes it a lot more difficult because so many more muscles are firing, but it's a lot more effective, more perfect plank. So regardless of which type of plank you choose, holding it and thinking through those things, space between the ear and shoulder, bracing of your abdominals, tightening of the glutes, and using the feet pushing outside the shoes to use those hip muscles are vital in really doing an effective plank. So how long do you hold it? I don't know. How long do you hold it depends on how long you can perfectly hold it. When your back starts to sink, you drop and you reset. 3 to 4 sets of 15 to 20 seconds, that might be a great goal. And when I say 3 to 4 sets, give yourself anywhere from 2 to 3 seconds to 5 seconds in between those. Shallow breathing as well, don't hold your breath. Another awesome move is, I showed you earlier initially, the alternating bird dog. You can do this with your hands touching, your knees touching, and your toes touching. So that's 3 points of contact with the ground. You can make it more difficult from here by lifting the toes so that you've got just 2 points of contact, your knee and the opposite hand. If you want more than that, you can take it to a full plank, feet are a little bit wider, lift the leg, opposite arm, count 1, 2, 3, and then switch. Those are fabulous. Another thing for rotation, hands on all fours, hand behind the head, take the elbow toward the forearm, and then open up and look up as that elbow comes up. 8 to 10 of these per side really feels good. Those are also in addition. Another thing that I want to show you is over with a resistance band. Now I've put links on the document that I sent with this whole workout and the link to this video. I sent some accessories that I've used. I sent a link for the half foam roller. I sent a link for the expensive but very nice orange whip golf trainer, and I've sent them for this resistance band. Marcus is now going to be my helper on the next drills. Resistance bands are fabulous. I attached a link with the red bands. The red bands are typically mid-level resistance, and you can always increase the resistance by moving further away. This is the anchor point. I've just chosen one that is about where Marcus's hands, when his hands come straight up and he grabs hold of these, that's kind of where I attached it. So what we're going to do here is do some core resistance that is going to really be tough, and you will feel it abdominally. You want to move or position your hands so that you get the maximum amount of tension that you can handle. It should feel tight, and maybe or maybe not, your family can bounce quarters off your chest. But tighten up. Then what I want you to do is keep that back flat. This is really key. You want very little space between the floor or the ground and your back, because that causes those abdominals to fire more. When you arch the back more, you use more low back muscles. Now we of course are using those and working those and strengthening those, but those don't need to be compensating for the abdominals. He's going to bring his knees over his hips, bending his knees, So this is called dead bug position actually. But what we're gonna do here is he's gonna alternately lower those heels. So he's gonna alternately heel tap, but only as long as he can keep this posterior tilt, so back tilt of the pelvis, so that his back stays flat and his abs are engaged. How does that feel, Marcus? So he's got tension here, you get great shoulder girdle, upper back, as well as core. The next level of this, or one to add in addition, are both legs straight. This positioning, everything I just said about this, that is the same. This one is an alternating leg lift. Now your hamstring flexibility, low back flexibility will play into this. It only comes up as far as you feel comfortable, and again, this back needs to stay down. The hardest possible option here is when one leg hovers while the other one comes up. Don't jump to that until you earn that progression. That's once you've done this a little bit. Okay, awesome. Next one is a glute bridge march. So for this one, you want to find a table, a couch, set yourself down. You want to get your head and neck safe and secure. My arms I'm just going to have up kind of in this capital letter U position. I'm going to put the weight on my heels and I'm going to drive my hips up. So I'm contracting my glutes and my posterior chain and posterior core. So backside core. So lifting up, tightening up. And I'm going to do an alternate knee march. Very similar to what Marcus did, but it's a different, he was working front core. We've got more posterior or back core going. So alternately lifting and marching. Another one you can do after 10 or so of those, hands to the head, drop down, still with weight on your heels, drive the glutes up. Head and neck relaxed, supported, 8 or 10 of those. The last one I'm going to show you is anti-rotation drill. Anti-rotation drill is again done with the tubing. And what we've done is we've run the handle through the other handle. And the taller you are, the higher this should be. Marcus, unfortunately, is taller than me, and this is a little short for him. You're going to take the tube, interclasp your fingers, and wherever the anchor point is, you're going to turn the toes away from the anchor point. And what you're trying to do, this is anti-rotation, meaning you're fighting the direction that the tube wants you to rotate to. So anti-rotation, fighting against that rotation, is what is going to build those rotational muscles and make them stronger. So your obliques, internal and external, are really going to get a workout. So he's turned away, toes facing away, hands clasped. He's going to bring them as straight as he can toward the middle of his sternum. Good. And then this is where it's tough. You control it back and take a look back. And then forward again. Exhale. Point it all the way in front of your chest. And then back. Let's do 2 more, Marcus. Exhale. Drive it. Do you feel it in through the obliques? Good. One more time. Nice. Slow and controlled is the way to go. Thank you. So I hope some of these drills you'll do. Again, I've provided the links on the PDF document that I attached. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking a look at this and really considering how you can make yourself better from this point forward.